What I like best about working with Noel and Tammy has always been that they have figured out how to use a restaurant to actually do as much charitable work as any 501c3 charity that there is in this metro area. You always felt guilty eating somewhere else.
He was never shy to get people motivated and getting them to do something. Noel and Tammy, I think, were passionate about service to others for their own individual reasons. You know, Tammy's story with the loss of her son, created a really strong connection with wanting to give back in a way that really helped children. And then, you know, Noel's story, you know, where he grew up in Ireland, kind of out of poverty and all that kind of stuff, it created his own, you know, need to give back in that way. They both had this passion for the next generation of children, not just in Denver, you know, across the world.
The Cunningham Foundation came about when a lot of our customers enjoyed that we would do stuff for Rwanda, and they wanted to help us help Rwanda or help other communities. So they just start handing us money. We started off with the Quarters for Kids locally through elementary and middle school. And our dream with that was that we would start to create philanthropists very young and early in life. Children helping other children, and 100% of their money goes directly to other children in shelters. We created a 4 Quarters for Kids as we started to venture off into Ethiopia, and 4 Quarters buys breakfast, lunch, education, and a uniform, access to a shower, as there are not a lot of running water in Ethiopia. They could actually pick up $1 and make a difference for a student in Ethiopia.
Noel and Tammy were both just givers naturally. I think together they made the best team, and it was just how they lived their lives. It wasn't something that they had to do, it's just how they lived. Giving with these biggest, most incredible hearts I've ever known.
You know, December 1st was one of the saddest days I can remember, when we found out that Noel had passed away, and you couldn't help but look back over all the things that he'd done. And more recently, since about 2003, he'd done remarkable stuff. How can people like Noel Cunningham and his wife Tammy possibly put so much time into the community when running a restaurant is 2 full-time jobs for all of us?
I think that the legacy of these two people, and I've seen it more and more since Noel's passing. At Noel's funeral, there was one nonprofit after another getting up and saying, well, Noel did this for our organization, and Tammy did this for our organization. And you realize then that they have dedicated their life, not necessarily to the restaurant business at all, but to good deeds.
10 years ago, I approached Noel Cunningham about putting his name in for this award. He said he wouldn't do it. Noel was one of those people that did not like to get recognition for the things that he was doing. I'm glad that we're able to do this today, but it's too bad that he can't be here today to share in this honor of him and his wife Tammy.
His legacy is that he saw the bigger picture more than himself, and it was bigger than himself, and he felt responsible for that bigger picture. And it was a very loving way with a pure heart that he did it.